Mark, we spent a lot of time in the last segment. We're talking about the history of this party and the issue of race. And a lot of America doesn't know this. You even rightly pointed out a lot of members of Congress, you know, Republicans constantly on defense, being accused of being racist, et cetera, ignoring even Joe Biden's history of associating, you know, with the likes of Robert Byrd. But you're interweaving within this book where America is today. And at one point, you actually say, in America, freedom, free speech, academic freedom are shrinking. The police state is growing, as is monitoring and spying on citizens. The government is banning and regulating more and more household products. Crime is out of control on our streets, public transportation, and schools. And while police budgets are slashed and prosecutors coddle violent criminals, and our borders are wide open. And you talk about the Democrat Party seeking to control our governmental institutions, delegitimize, eviscerate the Constitution, abusing the rule of law by targeting political opponents for harassment. In so many ways, it's relevant to everything that you and I and others, there's not a lot of us, discuss every single day. But it really, you tie together the history of this and where it all came from. This battle, if you want to call it the deep state, whatever you want to call it, you cannot read this book and not come away with the conclusion. This battle has been going on for the heart and soul of this country for a long time. And I'd argue right now it's probably worse than it's ever been, at least in my lifetime.
Well, you're 100% right. But what don't we ever say? Who's responsible for this? Oh, we'll talk about Biden. We'll talk about this one. We'll talk about that one. Oh, this is horrendous, what's happening in Congress. Excuse me. There's a reason these things are happening. The Democrat Party and its surrogates are doing this to our country. They're doing this to our country intentionally.
You actually write in chapter 4 in the book, talking about these radicals and how they appeal to the masses by focusing on the paradise they promise in the future. If only every individual surrenders their free will in part or in whole to a small cabal of activists, revolutionaries, ultimately autocratic masterminds who claim to speak and represent the people. Now, what's amazing to me about this, because this is the exact battle we're now engaged in this country. This is what new Green Dealism is. You know, guaranteed government wage, guaranteed job, guaranteed health care, you know, pre-K, free college, you know, everything's free, free, free. My first question is, these are the same people that destroyed our public school system. We spend more per capita with the worst results. These are the same people that have brought Social Security and Medicare to the brink of bankruptcy. These are the same people that gave us Obamacare with the false promise you keep your doctor, you keep your plan, and the average family saves $2,500 a year. But here's my point to you, and I want you to weigh in on this, is that I don't care what name it's given. Climate alarmism, New Green Dealism, socialism. I don't care what manifestation it takes on. And I did a whole chapter about this in my last book. But you go into the history of this. And it always ends the same way. These lofty promises that are unfulfilled, you end up with more poverty than you began with. And then you calculate at the end of this ridiculous experiment how much of your freedom you gave up in the name of false security. But yet it's appealing to people that they'll empower one group, their government, to take one group of people's wealth that they paid taxes on even, and they will redistribute it to another group of people. That's the utopia they always sell, and a better life that they promise that never, ever is fulfilled. But yet it gets, you know, repeated throughout history, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And you talk about climate change. This movement was invented in the 1970s by European Marxists. I explain it. They met. It's the degrowth movement. They hate capitalism. They hate mankind. They hate prosperity. They're Marxists, and they want to redistribute wealth, and they think, particularly the United States, the industrialized country, are stealing all these minerals and so forth from the third world. Now, nobody's stealing anything from anybody. If the third world would participate in capitalism, they could make maximum use, perhaps, in those minerals as well. We're a wealthy country, not because we steal things, because we invent things, because we're a relatively free country that follows entrepreneurship and capitalism. That's why we're a wealthy country, but that doesn't work with the oppressor-oppressed model. Now, as for the rest of it, this is where we get to the propaganda line. Everything is done in the name of the people. Everything is done as some kind of altruistic, righteous act. And this is how they wrap it up. This is how Mao Zedong wrapped it up, and he killed 60 million people. This is how all of these genocidal maniacs, and not yet genocidal maniacs, but radicals do it. Why? They lie. Lying is the coin of the realm. Why? Because Marxism is an impossibility. Socialism is an impossibility. The Green New Deal, or whatever they want to call climate change, is camouflage for socialism, redistribution of wealth, the destruction of prosperity and growth. That's exactly what it is. They can talk about electric cars. Joe Biden doesn't know electricity from gasoline if his life depended on it. It doesn't matter. It's an ideology. And they think they've come across a nomenclature and a position, talking as you project onto them, in ways that are very, very lofty. People can't really have a problem with it. Let's take two other words real quickly. Equality and equity. What does that mean? What does it mean? We are free people. We're individuals. Some do better than others. Some are smarter than others. Some are physically better than others. Some work harder than others. Some have more luck than others. Well, what does equality mean? For the founders, it meant equality under the law. Whomever you are, you should be treated justly under the law. I call this the new civil rights Marxism. If you don't buy off on Marxism, and they've taken over the entire civil rights movement, which is now an economic movement, if you don't agree to the destruction of our economy, if you don't agree to taking wealth from those who create it and giving it to those who don't, in other words, Democrats, if you don't agree to those things, then obviously you're a bigot, you're a racist, you're a white supremacist, and in fact, it's just another outrageously clever way for the Democrats to push their hate America agenda.
All right, we'll take a break. This book right here, The Democrat Party Hates America. The great one, Mark Levin. We'll have more with Mark on the other side. You can get the book. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.